Hi everyone, Tutorials for Looms here. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to make my own original design called the Fermé Bracelet, which is the French word for locked. So this bracelet is a 6-pin design and I think it is really cool. As you can see, the reason I call it locked is because like these kind of bands are like locked in the way these lock. It's a very simple design, and I also will be using Jace Alvarez's original doublet stitch. So this also has really cool sides to it. And I recommend using all opaque because, I think it would look better with other people that take a lot more time than I do to use like the medieval, because as you can see I used medieval in this, but I don't like how it came out because of the way the bands are crossed. So if you're okay with taking time on your bracelet, I think it would look absolutely stunning with any two layered band. But since I am lazy, I liked this one with all opaque. This one turned out okay, and I didn't really like how I did the light stitch and how the darkers. So anyway, this is my favorite rendition out of all of them, plus I love green and blue. So let's go ahead and get started. So you're going to need a 6-pin design, 6-pin loom to make this design, and it's going to be 2 here, and then you're going to go 2 up, so it will look like this. So you're going to start off with your border color, and if you want to make this a full wrap, you're going to do 2 looms length. If you want to make it a full wrap like this, today I will not for tutorial purposes. But what I will usually do is I will put 2 bands on that first pin, because if you use one, you have a very high risk of it snapping. So now we're going to go up and then out. Actually, I think that one's a different color. I have this is my light skin tone band. So now you're going to just go straight up your loom like you would for a regular perimeter. This bracelet uses a lot of regular, easy stitches that you see in most bracelets. And a lot of people ask me how I make up my own designs. I literally just fiddle on my loom, think about, oh yeah, this band can go here, that band can go there, and I just kind of play around with it in my mind. I'm also inspired, obviously, by other loomers with original stitches, but for the most part, I come up with all of them on my own. Alright, so once you've got to the second to the last on whatever loom's length you're doing, you're going to go ahead and come in like that. And then you're going to go up and up. Oh, and if you're making this a full loom sleeve length, I recommend using 22 gaps. And so we're going to leave these pins empty because we're going to place our cap band there. So the next bands that we're going to place are going to be our cross bands that are in the center. So they are the lime green bands. And I'm using regular white opaque for this. So we're just going to be doing a simple X. So you're going to start over here on your left pin, go out, then go to your right. And then once again, you're going to start over at your left, then you go to the right. So very simple, just going straight out. And we want to push it down, out again. So I'm kind of just doing a random color combination that I put together just like 2 seconds ago. So I hope it turns out okay, but hopefully it will. The reason I like to start over at the left and then go to the right, it looks a lot cleaner, especially when you start from on the left for some reason. And then we go to the last pin there, so it will end on that very last pin. Alright, so now what we're going to place is we are going to place, I'll get this one, the dark green bands, and for that I'm actually going to be using my lime green bands. So we're going to start on the second pins here, and you're just going to go straight across. So it's really simple. Out and out. This bracelet is only band heavy on the middle part that we're actually just about to place. Other than that, it really does not take that many bands considered to most. You're going to end on the third to the last from the top, second to the last where the band is placed. Okay, so now we're going to place our zigzag colors, I call it. Our zigzag color are that's the turquoise band that's right here. There for that, I'm actually going to be using regular opaque black bands. And I don't know. Okay, there we go. So we're going to start on this pin, second pin. It's extending out. And you're going to go in. For some reason I thought I did a long stretch. I actually have another design that I do that. Kind of a variation of this design. So I'm going to go ahead and do that on the other side so I'm all caught up. So, simple zigzag, single chain, whatever you want to call it. It's the same thing. And I would like to thank you guys so much for over 500 subscribers because I don't really keep up with my YouTube. I post videos, but I don't really do, I just put up channel art and that, like, I didn't take time in it at all. I hardly do anything with this, and I gained 100 subscribers in 1 week, and I only posted one YouTube video, and that is pretty crazy. So thank you for that, and also for over 7,300 followers on Instagram, because after I had that many, and then after the cleanup sweep, I lost quite a bunch, but I'm actually kind of glad that all those fake and spam accounts are getting deleted because it helps with the Instagram how it runs anyway. It's just a lot more efficient now. So after this we have one more step and then we are ready to do the looping process. So this bracelet does not take long at all, and the looping process is done by section, not by segment, so it will be very simple as well. So you're going to end right here on this last pin, second to last pin on that side. Single band. Alright, so our last step is going to be placing these neon orange bands that you see there. For that I'm using my opaque purple. I'm going to start right here, these pins. You're just going to go straight up and do a single chain. This just helps locking in on those green bands, and I'm dropping all my bands. I like to hold a bunch at a time, and that can make it go really quick, or it can actually take longer. So anyway, I almost had my YouTube for 1 year. It's going to be coming up this month, and when I first got it, I didn't post a tutorial in forever, and it was on January 30th when I started my channel. I've had my Instagram for over a year now, and I gained over 7,000 followers in 1 year. So if I gain another 7,000, I'll have over 14,000 followers, which is awesome. You're going to end on this pin right here. We're not going to go in. We're just going to simply go straight up. So now we're going to flip our loom. And I usually take 2 rubber bands to do a cap band, but since I'm doing a smaller version, I'm actually only going to do 1. But if you're making it a full loom's length, I definitely recommend using 2 like I did for this one because it's a much smarter choice. So you double wrap that and you place it on these 2 pins. Don't stretch it out too much. But it should look something like this, and we are ready to start the looping process. So we are now going to start the looping process, and this is actually going to be kind of weird, this step that we're about to do. So you're literally just going to go in through whatever pin you want and just grab the white bands, and you're going to loop them out. Now, what we do is we loop this first. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually loop this perimeter band like that. But now you're going to take your band and place it back on to its original pin like that. So what that does is that way it just makes it look a lot cleaner, because as you can actually see in this bracelet, it became really sloppy and you have those bands right there. So this is just going to prevent that from happening. So we're just going to go in and we're actually just going to loop the black single chain like a regular single chain. There's nothing special to it. Just go through and loop the band. To me, in my opinion, like Rainbow Loom's black bands are a lot more oily than their other bands and tend to snap a lot more. I end up buying a lot more packs because I end up breaking so many during looping processes on bracelets. I was wondering if anyone else had that problem or if it was just me. So if you can tell me down below, because all the other black bands of all the other brands seem to be the same. I've tested out other brands just checking to see how well they work, and I knew that Rainbow Loom was the best, but I really wanted to compare with my own eyes to see, you know, instead of just hearing other reviews. So I did that, and I just found that all the black bands were the same quality, and kind of disappointed in that. I don't know if it's because of the way, like the dye that they have to put in the bands. I don't know exactly what they put in the bands, but whatever they have to put. But like on bracelets like these where there's not much tension, they don't end up breaking. But they seem to snap a lot. I've only seen one other person say it, but they didn't really go into much detail. So we're going to loop this to the very end. And my last one here. So now we're going to go back and we're going to loop out the other perimeter here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to loop this purple single chain, just like a regular single chain, just going forward, grabbing the band. But I do have a variation of this coming up soon. I haven't even posted it to my Instagram. I have one rendition made of it, and I like it a lot better actually than this one. So you can stay tuned for that, because it's a very advanced bracelet and it's very tricky to learn. Go over here, do the other side. Sorry if I go off camera, but this is not really, just loop it until it's done. Now we're going to come back and we're going to loop these X's. So whichever band is on the bottom is the band you want to grab, and repeat that on the other side. Now whichever band is at the top now is what you want to grab, and then you want to go in and grab the other one. So this band's on the top now, so it should always be this side over here if you laid it like I did. I really like the X's and the crosses. I think they come out really good in bracelets. I'm really curious to see how this bracelet will come out. I'm a little worried about my color combination. I know they're all opaque, but I don't know. I just don't feel like they're going to go. We shall see. And now for our almost final loop. What we're going to do is you have to follow this step precisely, otherwise your bracelet will probably fall apart. So the reason we have this purple single chain is because we're going to go in through the purple, and we're going to grab the green band and loop it over, and then go in through all 3 layers, grab the other side, and loop it over. Now the reason I say that so much is because you want to go through the purple so that this loose side will be right there. So once you get the hang of it, it's very simple. So you just go through the purple. Once you get it, you can whiz by it, but you must make sure that you go through the purple, otherwise your bracelet will fall apart, and that is not fun. Going to all the work and then it just falling apart. Hopefully you can still see it on camera. I can actually zoom out a little bit. I just realized I am zoomed in a little bit. And you may notice that I'm not doing as many clips as I used to because of my new camera. Now I can record it all in one, and I like that a lot better. So that's what I just decided to do. So I'm going to do this on the other side. And a lot of people actually said that they're liking that better. That way I'm able to go more in depth because I could only go to 15 minutes, which really, really stinked. Turn this so that way hopefully you can see, but I'm just repeating the same process, going in through the purple. And last one will be looped out to here. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to loop the rest of our perimeter. So you're going to start right here. Make sure you go through all the bands and simply loop out your perimeter. So this is super simple. Just another single chain, and yes, you're going to go through that purple. And then we're going to go right through here, grab the band to the side, go through all those bands, grab the other band to the side, and right there. Then you will repeat that on the other side. A lot of people asked me when I started looming, and I don't know if I've even said it on my YouTube channel actually, but I started looming in November, and I did not do much with it. They didn't have very many band colors at the time. They just had opaque and jelly, and so I never did much with it. And then December came around, I was like, yeah, why not? And I just fell in love with it because I do love crafts, but I was into duct tape majorly. So when you get to this point, what you want to do, grab two bands, go through the bands, grab these two, pull them up, and then you want to hold them on your finger, going through the other side, and you're going to grab these same two bands. Make sure you go through everything. So I'm just going to here, and so I've grabbed everything, and I'm going to pull another two bands through and slide that through, and I will kind of separate those if I can. Alright, now I'm actually going to grab one of my large colored C-clips and attach that. And now I'm just going to pull this off my loom with my hook, and I will be right back. So now you can add a extension and your bracelet is complete. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you like this bracelet, please give it a big thumbs up as well. And if we make it, please remember to tag me on Instagram in the photo and the caption. You can also use my hashtag, which is tutorials for looms. And I will have all my social media sites linked down in the description box below as always. So thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.